What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So something is back. The child tax credit payments are looking like they will be reintroduced as a new proposal, which is coming from a Republican. So I want to address what is going on there. We also have some reports saying we could potentially see inflation set at 10%. That's insane, and it's all because of what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. So I will address that in just a minute. Now, I do have a question for you guys before I get into this update. One of the things that I'm considering doing, more of changing up the channel just a little bit. So hear me out. I would do still 3 videos a day, maybe 4. I might introduce a short into this. But I want to do more politics, what's going on in Washington. That would be the video that I do in the morning. In the afternoon, which it usually comes out at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, is a video just on finance and business and investing in general. And then usually at the end of the day, I do another update, a little bit on stimulus and politics, but I'm considering changing that to more overall news, just based on what's gonna change for us financially. So things that are gonna impact us financially, whether it's the stock market, business, anything, right? But that's what I'm considering. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you would like me to try those 3 different style of videos for the foreseeable future, let me know, because I'm highly considering that, because that is pretty much where I really want to take this channel, is more, yes, some politics, but more so on finance moving forward. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Now, let's get right to the update. First, lawmakers have been discussing new ways to provide for the American people. I said this the other day, they want a people proposal. They want more people-centric. That's what they want. Now, up until recently, every idea that was proposed that was coming up with more ways to provide for the American people was coming from one group. That was Democrats. But things ultimately changed, and they could very soon. We got recent reports that have indicated that Republicans want to see more go to the American people as well, but it would have to be specifically targeted. Okay? They want to make sure that the people that receive these benefits truly need it. Now, they are actually more so interested in providing children and parents with additional benefits. I addressed this the other day, why Social Security is having a tough time right now. So providing any additional benefits to fixed income households is going to be difficult. But the purpose behind targeting children and parents is because we are seeing that if parents get behind, then it negatively impacts themselves as well as their children. We know this. But then if children are impacted, they will be negatively impacted in school, and studies show that children who do poorly in school are less likely to positively contribute to their communities. So, here's what I can tell you, because currently what is being discussed is Republican Senator Mitt Romney, and he's one of the first that did introduce this somewhat child tax credit payment back in 2020, but he is proposing a new program that would provide monthly payments to families all across the United States. Now, this program would provide a maximum monthly payment of $350 per month, and it would be completely different from the child tax credit payments that we saw in 2021. This one would be more of a, not really a tax credit payment. Okay, it's more, they're calling it an allowance. But this new program, it wouldn't even extend the old one. It's going to completely change and make a new program, because this would actually have a couple major changes. First, one of the big ones is there'd be a new work requirement. That would be here. This is what Republicans wanted before. This is what Senator Joe Manchin wanted as well. Now, parents would have to show proof that they are working before they're able to get these payments. This could be a tough sell for Democrats, but Republicans say this is one way to get a bipartisan bill. Now, this payment would, this program would also repeal the TANF program. Now, according to reports, They say only about 3% of families across the country even receive this benefit, but Democrats would likely still vote against this because they're getting rid of a program, right? A social spending program that keeps people, very down on your luck, hard hit individuals, keeps money coming in. So we could see this completely go away if Senator Mitt Romney's proposal, again, who's a Republican, were to be proposed and passed. But again, it's still so early that we don't know. The other main difference here is that there would be a maximum benefit amount which wasn't seen before. This benefit amount would max out at $1,250. And any single filer that makes less than $200,000 would receive the full benefit. And families who file jointly making up to $400,000 would still qualify for these payments as well. Guess what? What we heard was President Biden said nobody making less than $400,000 per year would see a penny more in taxes. Well, this would actually reverse that, and you'd actually see more benefits up to $400,000 per year. So what Mitt Romney is proposing is something that would also stay in line with what President Biden proposed as well. Now, one thing I can tell you is that something I told you around 4, 5, 6 months ago was the $250 child tax credit payment. These were, or the $300 payments. These were great, but chances are what we're going to see if it does get passed and extended is we're going to see something fall within that $2,500 to $3,000 payment, right? Or that $3,000 to $3,600 payment. Chances are it would set at $3,000. Guess what? $250 tax credit allowances over 12 months. Guess how much this is? $3,000. So this is essentially just providing about a 50% increase to our current $2,000 child tax credit. This is what we get this year. So right now, the major change is this would come as a monthly payment, which is exactly what lawmakers want. This is what the American people were hoping for as well. Is, you know what, that $2,000 payment, that's great, but if we could actually get that as maybe a monthly payment, that would be so much more beneficial. Well, it looks like that has actually come across, and that will be part of the new proposal. So the interesting thing that is being discussed right now is who is really going to get these payments? Is it just going to be families, children? Are we going to see something on the back side of this for low-income earners as well? It's currently up for debate, but we don't know. Okay? So as soon as we get more information on this, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But let's get into the Russia news for today. We just heard just a short while ago that Secretary Antony Blinken has stated that the meeting between the Russian foreign minister and himself has ultimately been called off. He says, and I quote, "Now that we see the invasion is beginning and Russia has made clear its wholesale rejection of diplomacy, it does not make sense to go forward with that meeting at this time." Now, while the world awaits a full-scale invasion, President Biden has made it clear. He had this to say: "We're closely monitoring energy supply for any disruptions, and we're executing a plan towards a collective investment to secure stability in global energy supplies. This will blunt gas prices. I want to limit the pain to the American people that the American people are feeling at the gas pumps." Now, that sounds great, but according to reports, trying to limit the pain here in the United States is going to be very difficult, no matter what is done. And again, this could be the only move that really makes sense. Is we could see lawmakers pass the bill, or I don't know if President Biden can do an executive order. He might be able to pretty much forego and do a gas tax holiday, which would save about 18 cents a gallon. Now, we are expected to see somewhere between 50 to 70 cents more per gallon of gas. Okay, that's what some are predicting. So 18 cents would help, but it wouldn't take away the full blunt of the additional costs, which costs are already extreme. So that's what we're hearing at this time. Now, one other thing I just want to say is, according to BlackRock today, analysts are saying that the Russia-Ukraine crisis could actually put the US into a 10% inflation. Obviously at 7.5% now, this is a huge cause for concern because many families, especially lower income households, are struggling. They're struggling to keep up with inflation, the rising cost of goods. Everything costs more money, but their income is only going up so much. But if you, and just to throw this out there, let's say you made $10 an hour. I'm using $10 because I'm not great at math. But if you were making $10 an hour, then you got, let's say, a 50-cent raise. Perfect. What do you get, a 5% raise? All right, you got 5% raise. Even if you got a 7.5% raise, you got 75 cents as a raise. Now making $10.75. Your employer just gave it to you. Picture this. Now inflation goes up to 10%. So you think your employer is going to go and say, you know what? You're working hard. I see inflation just went up today. Well, I'm going to give you an extra 25 cents an hour. Think it's going to happen? Probably not. And that's the issue is you just got a raise and inflation keeps going up. Chances are you will not be able to make up that difference. You would have to leave that job, go find a new job, and guess what? That would devastate the economy. So right now, the inflation news is not great. But that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.